To a lot of the world, traditional Japanese culture carries a mystical sense. The kimonos, the rituals, the meaning assigned to everyday things. This is chado, or the way of the tea, the art of the Japanese tea ceremony. As a guest, I show respect for the host by paying attention to the preparations in my surroundings. Every part of the ceremony is conducted with close attention to detail. There is little talking, mostly focus and appreciating the small things. The details like the flower arrangement, the heating of the water, the making of the tea. There is meaning and beauty in all of it. Even this building, an authentic Japanese tea house, was specially constructed for this one particular purpose. Today I'm in Seiwa-in Garden, the garden of pure, clear harmony and peace. But despite how it might seem, I haven't traveled to Japan to take part in a traditional tea ceremony. In fact, I haven't even left St. Louis. As a chef, I need to stay curious in order to evolve. For me, that means looking beyond a good meal to learn more about who made it and what inspires them to cook.
La comida es amor.
Every great city has great food. I'm going on a journey around the world, right here in St. Louis. I'm on a quest to find passionate chefs who cooks from the heart.
It's exciting.
And I think it's the best.
To prove that food is love.
And it's gonna be delicious.
Food is love. Love your food. The Missouri Botanical Garden is a historical landmark and easily one of the best botanical gardens in the country for several reasons. One of those reasons is the Japanese garden. It is, after all, the largest Japanese garden in the Western Hemisphere, designed by renowned Japanese landscape architect Professor Koichi Kawana. Most people are unaware that St. Louis have a large and vibrant Japanese culture, going back to a time during World War II when a number of Japanese Americans relocated to St. Louis to avoid being held in internment camps out west. The influence of their culture has become part of the St. Louis identity, and people like my friend Yuko here help to keep those traditions alive. The food scene is no exception. To illustrate this point, I'm going to an event tonight that has a Japanese theme. The Red Lantern Night Market, held at a venue called the Mad Art Gallery.
Wadaiko, or Japanese drumming, is based on an ancient art which has been in Japan for thousands of years. But more recently, as recently as 1951, it was turned into sort of a jazz fusion stage performance art by Oguchi Dahachi sensei, who also started Osu Wadaiko in Japan. And then in 1986 came to St. Louis and started St. Louis Wadaiko, which is us.
The event is highlighting local Japanese drums, dress, calligraphy, and there will of course be food. The night market is hosted by a Japanese-American pop-up kitchen, Izakaya Club. I can't wait. This looks just phenomenal. Let's do it. Walking into the night market, the first thing I see is this. Izumi, a tiny Japanese fire truck turned sando pop-up cart. Chicken yakitori and colorful milk bread sandos are a feast for the eyes.
I'm trying to mimic konbini food, which is convenience store food. It's a lot more entrenched in Japanese society because they're always on the go, so they're always looking for something good. So it's not the same sort of gas station food stigma that is here. You actually get a really good meal at a konbini. I do about 70-80% pre-orders, and they sell out very quickly these days. And then I have a little bit for walk-ups.
I've heard a lot about this food, but this is my first chance to try it. And I think we need more stuff like this. Pure genius and evidence of the vibrancy of the food scene. There's a lot going on here, but it's exciting. Traditional Japanese drum group, check. A kimono expert with kimonos you can try on, check, check.
St. Louis is a hotbed for traditional Japanese culture in the United States.
There's a Japanese fortune teller here.
And you are very quick to grasp situations. Those are your assets.
Can I quote you on that?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And music from the local lounge Takashima Record Bar. That's my name in Japanese. This is like a free pass to all the good sushi bars in St. Louis. To pull off a Japanese-themed event like this, you need a lot of resources from the community. The lineup tonight makes it obvious that Japanese culture is well represented here in St. Louis.
If you can see there's harmony among guests and also hostess and respect.
Such a wonderful culture. This is Heidi and her partner Jonathan, the duo that is Izakaya Club, Cowboy Samurai. This is an incredible night.
We wanted to showcase the Japanese American Society because they're an amazing nonprofit. And they're a little bit about like what we are, like the Izakaya Club. We're, cowboy samurai. It's a little bit American, a little bit of Japanese, and being able to introduce that to a lot of people in St. Louis, that they would like pretty much get us. Because a lot of people are like, I don't know if I want to eat that, or I don't eat Japanese because it's just sushi. I don't do seafood, and we're trying to introduce like the barbecue and Midwestern stuff, and like keeping like the traditional side also with it.
You're famous for your sushi.
Oh yeah.
Everybody is looking at because it's like a work of art.
Before the quarantine, we only catered to country clubs in St. Louis and like big corporations because it kept us busy enough to do that. And then after, because of COVID, we were like, okay, every single one of our things shut down, and we're like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, there's people that like my sushi, so I'm just gonna slowly, put pictures out and be like, hey, do you want to buy one? I was like, well, if I make you one, will you tag us? And that's how it all started. And it was like really word of mouth.
Well, I mean, that's the best kind. That's the solid
it was
kind
great,
of marketing.
yeah.
Both Heidi and Jonathan has lived past lives in different kitchens all around the city, coming together to form a fluid fusion of both of their expertise. Cowboy Samurai. In Japan, an izakaya is a pub or a tavern that serves small plates. Ultimately, a brick and mortar place is in the plans. But for now, Izakaya Club is thriving through catering, themed dinners, and pop-up events like tonight, serving modern Japanese pub fare, bringing together culture and tradition to create an immersive and exciting food experience.
We respect everybody. There's no hierarchy among guests. There's no such thing as you're higher in a society, nothing. We are all equal, respect.
And we are all even when we eat.
That's correct.
We are all the same. It doesn't matter what you look like.
That's exactly right.
If you're rich, poor, I love it. That's beautiful.
We're just like booked out for like 2 months, and it's like.
So we're gonna have to catch up with you, and you're gonna have to show us all that.
Yes, I have to show you all that.
I love sushi, and.
Do you?
Yeah. Jonathan and Heidi has invited me to come to their favorite place to escape in their downtime.
Vikings meets the Samurai.